Okay, Tying Catskill Style Dry Flies by Mike Valla. The book that we have been tying every fly that's been profiled in it. This is the next one. This is Bivisible, brown Bivisible. This is the first time I ever tied it, was this one right here. And I actually think this one looks okay, but I'm going to tie it one more time. It's funny, this fly I thought would look bad on camera, but it actually just looks bad in person and okay on camera. Not a huge fan of this fly, probably why I never tied it, but I mean, I bet you it's one of those flies that a lot of people really are just in love with, kind of like how I'm in love with a never sink skater style. It makes sense. Bet you some people look at a never sink skater and say that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, right? Well, you know, some flies just hit you and some flies don't. That's the way it works. Hook we're using is the same one as we always do. This old cock, size 10. And if you don't know what I'm doing here, I'm following along with a book by Mike Valla, Tying Catskill Style Dry Flies. If you go into the description of this video, you'll see links to all the other ones that I've tied. And we're using 8/0 uni in this one just because I got it in here. And we're going to hold it back. Yes. That's good. That's good. Now I'm going to go up, and I'm just going to try and cover up this brown as best as I can. But we have to go back down to the tail again, so I'll have another shot at it. And we'll go there. Now you need 2 brown hackles. 2. So that's what I got. Same size. It really is going to help you if they're the same size. I don't think anybody's going to really notice if they're not the same size, but you'll notice. So make them the same size, and now I'm using sort of a furnace. Which is kind of going to basically go with the black thread. Now if you see here, I pulled it away. I'm not cutting it though. You need the inside facing you, by the way, too. And all I'm doing is I'm tying it in like this. See this? And I'm not cutting it because it's easier to tie it in, because you have to tie it back. That's one of the interesting things about this. Let's get it in the right place though. Here we go. So we're going to go back. Now about halfway I'm going to stop, and I'm going to take one of these things and clip it off. And I'm going to go back a little bit more, and I'm going to take this one. I'm going to carve. Now, why did I do that? Yeah, tapers it. I don't think it matters, but I'm here. I might as well do it. And let's make sure. This is why you got to tie the inside facing you, because you got to make sure that, right, you got to make sure that you're going to be able to wrap it correctly. Now, there's 2 hackles here, and the best tip I can give you is make sure that these things, this is why I tied so much of it in, is that you really got to pull on this stuff. You got to make sure those things are exact. I mean, you can barely tell. I don't even think you can tell that there's 2 hackles there. That's how you want it. That's how you want it. Now you're going to leave the thread here. See how the thread's there? So it's 2 hackles. You're wrapping back and you're leaving the thread. This is why it's a little bit strange. Now I want to do one good turn up here, and then I want to wrap it back, but I want to make sure that these things are really as close together as I can get them, because this hackle is supposed to be thick, you know what I mean? And if you feel like you're going to catch something in, just bring it forward. You don't really want to catch anything. It should move out of the way for you, but it all depends on the quality of the hackle. Now I am really close to the end here. I think we got it. Now you got your thread. You're going to put it in here, and you're going to put 3 turns in. Leave the hackle pliers on, because you want that weight on it so that it doesn't, spin out. Now, I did 3 turns to catch it in, and now I'm bringing it up. I'm basically ribbing it. And if you can tell, I'm moving the thread back and forth to make sure I don't catch in any hackle. And then I'm through. Now, I'm just going to slide those hackle pliers down. And I'm not going to risk breaking them off. Although I really want to. If it was wire, I would. And, okay. Alright. So, that's the body. Now the front hackle is supposed to be white. I'm just using cream, so it's essentially white. And I'm going to double check the length. It's got to be a little bit, if you notice, we wrapped the big end down to the small, so it has a little bit of a taper, which means this one's got to be bigger. And I think it's a little bit tricky to get this thing tied in, because you got hackle there in the way already. It's just one brown fiber getting out of the way. No, I don't think it's going to. Alright, so what do we got here? We got this. Let's get my hackle pliers on again. Oop. As usual, tip breaks. For some reason I feel the need always to put the hackle pliers right at the tip. There's no need for that. I don't need 4 inches of this hackle, but for some reason, every single time, I gotta put it right at the tip, then it's gotta break, and then I gotta reattach it. Yeah. Do I want one more? I mean, I do want one more. Let's see if we can push these hackles together with my nail. I mean, they're already pretty tight, but I want one more. That's good. See, look how much more I had. Now, let's see if we can get all this stuff out of the way and come up. Yeah. That's a little bit better. Show you the front here. Yeah, I definitely think this one's better than the first one I did. This is the first one again. Yeah, more white up here. I like that. Definitely better. I think the body's better too. I really concentrated on getting a lot of turns in there. I definitely think that the fly is fuller It actually looks a lot better. I mean, it doesn't look great. This fly. There's one brown. I don't know why I do it to myself every time. Oh, great! Now it's stuck. Get out of there. Yeah. I really concentrated on making it like just a fuller like front hackle and body hackle. So I think it helped. Yeah. It's actually not a terrible looking fly. At first I thought it was bad, but I think it's just semi-bad. It's just semi-bad. Just needed to be tied a little bit better than this one. I mean, this is passable, I think, but I think this is better looking for sure. Yeah. All right, brown Bivisible. Thanks.